Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once about all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the inside. Well, again, just wanted to say Happy New Year. Now we are working. We don't have much of the holiday as we look forward for more policies to be up in 2025. So 2025 is going to be a very very important year where understanding that the Donald Trump over on the other side of the Pacific in the United States, who will be the president in a few weeks, and also the general election for Australia will be held very soon. I believe will be around March or April, and obviously there's an expectation of that there will be a change of government again. So what has been talked about in regards to the, obviously you understand the opposition, the Liberal National Party, has quoted for or proposed for a further restriction on migration numbers or quota, shall I say. Now this will actually cause a lot more problem. So we wanted to review one of the news article that has been pointed out as they are looking towards the potential of our next Australian Prime Minister, Peter Dutton. Now, what is he going to do? Now, we're not talking about the skill migration. We're talking about the family category visa and focusing on the so-called partner visa. Now, understanding partner visa basically is for, obviously for partner, for husband and wife, and that usually connects to an Australian permanent resident or Australian citizen. So it's directly connect to the interests of an Australian citizens. Now that is really tricky because if we talk about the international student or we talk about the other type of skill visas or investment or business visas, these applicants are generally not directly connected to the Australian resident, citizen or interest. They are more of indirect connected to the Australian economy or interest. Now, if we're talking about partner visa, that means somebody has married or been together with an Australian citizen or Australian permanent resident. That is a direct contact there. Now, the problem here is, as the news is talking about, Peter Dutton will need to cap partner visa. Now, we have already learned over the past half year about cap on international student visa. Are they gonna put a cap on partner visa? I think this will be very hard, but if Peter Dutton, the name probably will be our next prime minister, not to cap on partner visa, then that will be a major issue coming up. So the expert is actually putting on warning on this one. So the former immigration official Abu Risby believed that the current planning level on partner visa is acting on an illegal, de facto cap. Now what does that mean? That means although there is no cap, but they have put on the number. So this is the migration planning level. They have put on a number that is for 40,500, and that's for last year, and this financial is the same, 40,500. That means they are restricted to only grant 40,500 partner visa application. They cannot go further. And now, what does the expert mean by illegal de facto cap? Because the actual application for the partner visa is a lot more than 40,000. So that is the real problem there. So as you can see, the backlog here on this report has been showing up as high as 96. It's more than double of what it's currently putting on the quota on 40,500. So how can they actually digest and get this up? Now, one thing that we need to know, because the population of Australia has been growing for the past 20 years, that means the basis of the foundation of the population is a lot more than what has been back there in a decade ago, 10 years ago, or 20 years ago. If you want to set the migration, the migration quota to be somewhere equivalent to what they had been set in 10 years ago, it's just not gonna happen, because I understand you can cap on international student because the numbers of university is about there, but cap on partner visa or family related visa. I mean, if your population has grown for the past 1 or 2 decades, obviously the family related visa will obviously grown as well. It's pretty simple. You don't even need to be your mathematician to actually know this. But if you put on cap or de facto cap on it, it would just cost a lot more backlog. It's pretty easy to understand. So if we're looking into the actual news article, it's basically talking about this problem. Now, if Peter Dutton wants to, or the potential, the next prime minister wanted really to control the actual number from what he had coined it to be, where is it? It was currently it's set at 180,000. He wanted to push it down to 140,000 for some reason. Now, it's gonna cause a lot of problem. If your population has grown for the last 1 or 2 decades, here we go. So currently from 185,000 down, he wanted to, there's a missing zero there. He wants to push it down to 140,000 for the first 2 years. It's gonna cause a lot of pain, a lot of problem, especially we're not even talking about the skill migration. If you only solely focus on a family related visa, that is on the partner visa, parent visa, and child visa, then that will, if that remains the same for the next 2 years, I mean, that's just gonna cause a lot of backlog. So you gotta ensure that you're on the same page. That means currently a partner visa, if you want to apply for a partner visa, you probably wait for about 24 months. Now it's likely to go more than that. It will probably to be 3 years to 4 years of wait whilst you holding a bridging visa. Now, what had the former government, that's the Liberal, back then they had created a lot of backlog with people holding a bridging visa. Would this kind of trend continue if Peter Dutton is really going to be our next prime minister? But again, politicians, they always say one thing at the election and do something else after the elections. So again, there's going to be a lot of it's going to be a challenging year for 2025, to be honest, because what USA is going to do, they're going to put on tariffs, they're going to put on new policy to attract more talents. Now that will also have an effect on Australia itself. So how will actually Australia respond to such major changes? Now, if they continue to do on the train as what they have promised, I don't think they're going to do it. Now, also, in regards to the cap, remember back in last year, they were almost there to actually get that regulations or legislation to be passed for cap on international students. But Peter Dutton, now the opposition leader, had put a stop on the very last second. Now, would he actually do that once he becomes the prime minister? Probably. We don't know. Anyway, should you have more questions or queries, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.